Hi, this is Amy Blaine. Welcome to the ExplorePeoria.com Entertainment Report.
Hi, my name is Peyton Drake and I am playing the part of Martin Luther in Martin Luther, A Beggar Before God. I would personally like to invite you to our show at Apollo Theater in downtown Peoria on the 26th, 27th, and the 28th. We are currently rehearsing Martin Luther at Emmanuel Lutheran Church in East Peoria, but the shows will be in downtown Peoria at the Apollo Theater. And we are being supported by the church itself and also under direction of Denise Beatty, who is doing a wonderful job. Preparing for this show has been just a blessing in general. Having been a practicing Christian for all of my life, I never truly understood the story behind Western culture in its entirety. Martin Luther was kind of the center point of it all, and I was very appreciative of the chance to be able to portray him in a musical format, which is another thing that I love, and just showing just the story of a humble man who was afraid, terrified of the God that he worshiped, and then he came to recognize that he was justified before him and before Jesus Christ, and that we all have salvation, and it's through true faith in all of that that we are saved.
Hello, I'm Craig Stanford. I am the writer of Martin Luther, A Beggar Before God, the musical. I'd like you all to come on out. It's a great way to learn a piece of history. Most of the dialogue is historically based. It follows the life of Luther from his youth all the way until his death. That's kind of unusual for a Luther production. Most end about 1530. We go to his death in 1546. And we also contain the major highlights of Luther's life and of the Reformation itself, a lot of good history. So it's a great way to learn history.
We've no means of support. We need help.
Last year was the 500th anniversary of the nailing of the 95 Theses, 1517, October 31st, which began a series of historical events, knocked over a series of dominoes that unfolded and changed Western history. So for Lutherans in particular, Protestants in general, the Reformation was a life-changing event for Western civilization and for the church. It was not so much learning, it was trying to make the choices of what you include in and what you don't include in, because just the personal life of Luther is so rich. And the play reflects that. You'll be laughing at some scenes and you'll be crying at some others. You'll listen to Luther, in his own words, struggle with his spiritual journey and trying to answer the question and coming to a conclusion. How is a person saved? And that was the sort of governing light for Luther from really about 1518 all the way until his death, and it shaped the Western civilization. So it's a great piece.
Hi, my name is Stefan Driesner, and I play Father Staupitz in Martin Luther, A Beggar Before God, the musical, which we're currently rehearsing at the Evangelical Lutheran Church, but we're going to be performing at the Apollo Theater downtown on October 26th, 27th, and 28th. We'd love to see you there. So I play Father Staupitz, who is a father figure to Martin Luther. I'm the person who gets to welcome him into the Augustinian order, and then I wind up being the one who has to release him from his vows once it becomes apparent that he is not going to recant of his 95 Theses or his writings that are contrary to what the Roman Catholic Church was teaching at the time. So I try and counsel him as he's wrestling with the concept of the righteousness of God and how that relates to his own sin. And most of what I wind up saying is a lot of what the Roman Catholic Church was teaching at the time, which was based on their tradition, but it doesn't seem to help him too much. And eventually he comes to realize that what the Bible teaches and what I was saying and what others had been teaching him were not the same thing. And thus he comes to the conclusions that wind up then driving the Reformation. I spent a lot of time looking sympathetically, but then worriedly at Martin Luther, going, where is he going with this? What's going to happen here? And that's what I'm trying to portray in my character.
Sin, but I do not see a God that gives us a path that leads only to despair and judgment. Let Christ help you. Love God.
Love God?
It's been interesting to kind of portray the human side of a historical figure whom we hold in that heroism aspect of, something that's unattainable now, but we all have to recognize that we all have the power to do what Martin Luther did in his time. And it's just been trying to portray the humanistic side of Martin, as well as some of the honorable aspects of him that we see in all of his works that we read about. The show is a lot of fun. Having it only been performed once before, we are creating something brand new. All the different characters are being performed by a variety of different personalities, and we're trying to develop those characters along with that. And it's just coming together very nicely, and it's just been a wonderful opportunity to work with different people from different backgrounds to put together this one show.
Find Peoria area events and entertainment when you subscribe to the ExplorePeoria.com electronic newsletter. It's free. Sign up today at ExplorePeoria.com.
Anything you need to know, and the only site you need to go, ExplorePeoria.com.